Okay, looks like we are live. Okay, looks like everything's on right now. Hey guys, go ahead if you can see the video and give me a 1 in the comments. Go ahead and give me 1 in the comments. I'm Tyson Isham and I'm here with Carolyn Johnson. We're going to present this today. And feel free to go ahead and let everybody know where you're from.
Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we are,
Las Vegas. Sunny Las Vegas. Okay. Well, we came straight from another meeting, so we're going to be jumping right into this. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. We'll go with this window. And that should go ahead and work. Okay. Sorry about that effect there. Okay, I want to show you guys real quick, jump into this presentation here. What we're doing here today. So this is our webinar on how to own your own franchise business without getting help from an investor. This is a 1-hour free training. It's probably going to be a little shorter than that today, guys, depending on questions from the pros here at Transworld Las Vegas. Now, before we start, I just want to let you know, use the chat to ask any questions so everyone can benefit. Also, any confidential questions can be asked by messaging us on Facebook at facebook.com/transworldlasvegas. And there will also be a replay that will be emailed out to you after the webinar is over. So without further ado, jumping into this, how to own your own franchise business without getting help from an investor. All right. And to introduce ourselves real quick, we are Transworld Business Advisors of Las Vegas. Carolyn Johnson is a business broker. We have other business brokers here, and we help match people to their perfect business. Our mission today, though, is to help you figure out how you can afford to follow your dream and become a business owner. Now, here we have Carolyn Johnson. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Johnson. I own Transworld Business Advisors here in Las Vegas, and we focus on franchise, basically 3 different areas: franchises, franchise development, and business brokerages, where we connect buyers and sellers of businesses.
Exactly. And I'm Tyson Isham. I'm the founder at tysonisham.com, and I'm also the marketing director here at Transworld Business Advisors of Las Vegas. Sorry about that. Now, guys, I do have a quick question for you today. What percent, if you know, don't feel dumb if you don't know, but what percent of all retail and service establishments are franchises? Out of all those businesses, what percent are franchises? Is it 1%, 50%, 23%, or 8%? Go ahead and shamelessly share your comment in the comment section. All right, I see some 1s. I see some 50s. Okay, good guesses. A couple 8s. All right, well, guess who's right? 8%. Only 8% of all retail and service establishments are franchises. However, here's a good question. What percent of service and retail dollars go to franchises in the US annually? Remember, only 8% of all retail and service establishments are franchises. So what percent of retail dollars are going to these annually? 15%, 42, 23, 8. Okay, I see some 23s. I see some ambitious 42s, some 8s. You know, that would be, you know, almost common sense. But the truth is, it's 42%. 42% of all service and retail dollars go to franchises in the US annually. And little factoid, we here at Transworld are a franchise ourselves. So just to let you know. Now, franchising is a strategy designed to gain disproportionate market share. And when done right, it works incredibly well. I want you guys to understand that. For only 8% of all the existing businesses to be taking 42% of the dollars, that's very disproportionate, and it works in your advantage, which I assume is why you're here today. So there's many choices of opportunities out there for franchises. There's more than 3,000 active franchise companies in more than 60 industries. You have food, automotive, retail, business services like us, residential, personal services, and there's quite a bit more as well. Now, is it a myth or truth? And share this in the comments again. Is industry experience required for you to get into a franchise? Say if you wanted to open a Transworld or a Subway, did you need to be in business before or be a sandwich maker? Is that myth or truth? All right, I see some myths and some truths. Let's see who's right. It's a myth. You actually do not need industry experience to open a franchise. Only 25% of franchise owners are in the same industry as they were previously employed. So why franchising? Obviously, it's a proven systematic approach to starting and staying in business. There's experience behind it from the people that in the corporation above you. There's name recognition, group purchasing power. Actually, Carolyn and I were recently in a meeting. We were talking about the purchasing power of a sandwich shop that we're associated with. They get, despite only having, how many locations was it?
I don't know. Was it like 1,000?
No, quite a bit less actually.
I can't remember.
I don't think they even quite had 100.
Oh, are you talking about
yeah,
John Smith Subs?
Yeah, they didn't even
it's
quite.
Like 5 or 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
very, very few locations. Yet because of the power of the franchise, they were able to get the lowest costs, and so the highest purchasing power possible from, was it Cisco?
Yes,
Cisco for delivering their food. So they're getting the top quality meats, the top quality everything else, even though they don't have very many locations. And that's the power of the other franchises that are associated with them, bringing that negotiating power to them, where your standard mom and pop just wouldn't have that purchasing power. And I know on that savings alone, their franchise fees were already covered. That's another side story though. There's also training. They want you to be successful. Say you went in with a Subway, or say you went in with an H&R Block. They don't want to see one of their locations fail. So they're going to train every owner that comes in to do the best job possible. And as long as they do their part and they follow the system, they're going to succeed. So you get ongoing support, obviously, as a follow-up to that training. There's marketing expertise. I know from personal experience that without marketing and business, that you really aren't going to go anywhere. You're just going to spin your wheels forever. And there's also the support of other franchisees. They form these kind of masterminds, and you can always go to other franchisees in the same company that have been successful in other regions and go to them for advice. Now, is this a myth or truth? And feel free to share this in the comments. And please, guys, hold all questions for just a little bit longer, but go ahead and comment on this. Now, myth or truth, franchises are expensive. Now, this is almost a trick question because price is always relative, isn't it? All right, I see some myths and truths, a few more myths. Yeah, and you guys are right. It's not actually that expensive when you look at the overall cost of getting into business. Now, 28.6% of franchise opportunities are available for under $50,000. The 50K to 100K range, that's 23.9%. Now, the biggest number is in the group from 100 to 250,000. That's 32.7%. And then once you get over 250,000 and over 500,000, of course, there's a small number of franchises that are that high in price. For example, your standard McDonald's is going to be way up there because they have a huge startup cost. Now, general funding requirements for these franchises. Here's some ballpark numbers. In retail, you're going to be looking around 200 to 350,000 is how much funding you're going to need to get it started. Sorry about that. Now, fast food, you're looking at about 190,000 to millions. Like I mentioned, McDonald's, they're typically on the more expensive side. Cleaning services, 90K to 175. Pet care, very low, 60 to 199. Senior care, 55, unbelievably low, all the way to 185. Fitness, as low as 140,000 to 285. And then there's many others in that $50,000 range and below, like we mentioned before. But I just want you guys to get an idea. Whatever industry that you have in mind, this is kind of the ballpark range. So this is how much funding you will need to get. Now let's proceed to talking about how to get that money, because honestly, that's still a good chunk of change. And most people don't just have even 50,000 floating around in a bank account, which is why we're here in this webinar today. We want to talk about creative ways that you guys can come up with that funding. And now we won't wrap up, but I'm actually going to turn the time over to Carolyn because she is an expert on this. And she's going to go over a couple different ways. If I can close this out, bring us back to the camera. Stop sharing the screen. And there you go. She's going to talk about a couple of different ways, including SBA lending and ways to tap into other funding sources that you guys can use. And if you're interested in, we can connect you with somebody who knows about that. Of course, nothing is for sale here today, guys. We're not here to sell you anything. We're just here to inform you. And if you like the information that we're giving you today, we're going to give you information that you need so you can take action and move forward. But without further ado, I'll let Carolyn, who's been through this process, talk about the funding.
So what we can do is if it's franchises, we have some SBA lenders that already have funded other franchisees to buy their franchise. So it's available for you. And lots of times we will have pre-approvals. So they are SBA lender pre-approvals where they've actually looked at the business previously. And then all we need to do is take, because the buyer does have to qualify, then what we can do is we can take the buyer's information and match that. You actually complete an application and we submit it, and then we go from there in matching and moving the two together between the company that you're purchasing or the business that you're purchasing and the buyer. The other way that's pretty interesting to a lot of people is there are a lot of people out there that are just kind of tired of what they've been doing, maybe tired of the corporate world, and don't understand that they could possibly use their 401k. Because we were all told at one point that you never take money out of your 401k. Well, I'm just one of those people that actually has done this. And so I work in a relationship with Benetrends. And Benetrends is a company that can help you take your 401k so that you can use the money to buy your business and actually work your business out of there. So basically it's a process that they help you through. They hold your hand the entire time, help you set up your company, provide the funds, move the funds into your bank account, help you give you the guidance to move your funds into your bank account. So you can actually run your business out of your bank account just like you were able to transfer your funds. Of course, there's a little bit more to it. I'm making it sound a little bit easier. There's a little bit more process to it, but it can be done in just about 30 days or so. So it's a really good opportunity. I just happen to be a living example and have done that. So I would highly recommend that for people that are looking for funds and figuring out how I might start my business.
So we have a testimonial right there that process actually works. Now, give us a 1 in the comments if you didn't know about that before. Okay, I see some 1s. Give me a big capital letter Y if that excites you. Give me a big capital letter Y if you now think that you might be a candidate to take your 401k, convert that into your business, grow your dream. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of excitement here. Okay, guys, so everything from SBA to 401k, you don't have to crawl to your in-laws. You know, I mean, we all love that, right? You don't have to get investors and, go into business partnerships with shady people. There are other both very, very low interest rates right now with a lot of SBA,
yes,
as well as ways of taking advantage of your own 401k. Now, there are some more traditional things. You can take money out of your home and other pieces of
yes,
your net worth to help you fund your franchise. But look into these. And actually, I do want to invite you guys to take action now. We did promise that. Now, again, we don't have anything for sale here. We don't have a franchise to sell you, but we can give you guys direction. And we do know people in lots of different kinds of franchises. We know lots of franchisors who know what they're talking about. And we know franchise consultants who would be willing to meet with you guys for free and talk about these financing options. But now that you're armed with the knowledge and the power, you can take that, go to those meetings, and intelligently bring up to them what financing options you think would work for your situation to come up with the money for the industry that you want to be in. And of course, do be aware, guys, we're going to email out the replay of this webinar, and you can also bookmark this page and come back to it. The replay will be right here, so you guys can come back, watch the webinar again, take notes if you need to, if we moved a little fast today. Get that information, and then there will be a box down below the video. You guys can go down there later on the bookmarked page and on the replay of the webinar and let us know in that little thing what type of industry you're interested in and what we can do to help connect you. And if you like, we will take your information and tell you what we think would be the best fit for you and pass you to the appropriate person that you can talk to. Again, they're not going to charge you anything. Our people are fantastic. They're professional.
That's right.
Chuck, for example, what's been your experience with him?
Oh, he's excellent. He understands all of businesses, not just the franchise industry, and he can help provide different ways for us to work different ways, different outlets, very innovative type assistance. Also, I just want to mention, we have about 300 different types of franchises. So we usually look at your experience. We look at maybe something you're interested in. Maybe you want to change the industry. So we can help you find the perfect business for you and then help you get the funding and get off rock and rolling and get out of the situation that you are in and find that perfect business to have fun. Exactly. That's what we do here at Transworld.
That's right.
We have fun.
Well, sometimes we have too much fun. That's probably my fault. So anyway, guys, we do have to jet to another meeting, but we want to answer all your questions, and we'll do the best to answer your questions. So feel free to leave more comments. You can also email us or talk to us on Facebook Messenger is one of the best ways to talk to us, but all the links will be on this page so that you can access that. Ask us any questions. We'll get right back to you. And also be sure to sign up for our next webinar. We'll do another live. So if you didn't get all of your answers question here today, you have a few more questions, or you'd like some family and friends to attend as well so that they can get this knowledge, we will be available here again. So save this page, come back, register for the next one, and we'll see what we can do to help you live the American dream. I'm going to sign off.
Thank you.
You set? Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.